everyone. You know me as Weight Watchers with me, but I'm here to tell you today that I'm going to change my name of my channel to fit more of what I'm all about or what I'm doing. And it's going to be called Coaching My Life Journey. Coaching My Life's Journey. Or life. I don't know if it's life or life's. I'll have to check on that one. That's a good question. I haven't done it yet because I had a problem with the thing. But be looking for that. This is just an update on what's coming up. And it's going to, I'm going to still be on Weight Watchers. I'm still going to do Weight Watchers. I'm going to have, you know, my weigh-ins are going to be on Friday. You know, I want to, this is basically from about, I'm coaching, I'm like a life coach to myself is what I'm trying to say, I think, in my video. And I'm going to have new things going on in my life because I do have some life changes coming. And I'm going to give you a little bit right now of what some of the life changes are coming, but I'll get in more detail when I change my channel name. I hope to have that up and going by Monday. So I like to do a couple videos before that, kind of saying of what's, you know, so people are knowing where I'm going and, you know, might help somebody else. I don't know. Okay, the biggest change coming in my life is that I am moving to North Carolina, Virginia, or Tennessee. One of those tri-state, I don't know. I have been looking, I'm kind of going towards the Virginia side. Nice houses, more reasonable. I don't have to, where I go, I don't have to necessarily have to have a big community where business is, so I have to go get a job because I won't need a job, but I do want to be within 10-15 miles of the nearest hospital. You know, where there's stuff, because my mom is getting older and stuff like that. We are not getting divorced. I'm just not staying here. He is staying. The plan as of right now is that beginning of the year, well, actually I should say after February when the snow goes away up there, I've already been in touch with the real estater. March, April, May, you know, we'll see how things go from now to then and when I can fit it in there. I'm going to have a real estate lady already up there placed, you know, because we've been kind of talking to her on the computer and look at places from there. Whether I stay with that real estate company or I buy in that section, I don't know. But you got to start somewhere. And we are going up in that area for Thanksgiving, so I can also check out things and stuff there. I'm very, very, very excited about it. I feel like my life has a point. Not everybody's will understand what I'm saying, especially people with small children, but maybe someday you will when your children are gone and they don't need you anymore. And in my case, when my daughter didn't need me no more, I woke up and realized that me and my husband weren't as close anymore. Because he's a little self-centered. Only child. I don't know if that is an excuse or makes you understand. But yeah, he's not a bad person by all means. He's a great provider. But I think he started taking me for granted and just think I was going to stay here. And for the last 5, 6, 7 years, I have been talking to him because I knew Alex wasn't going to need me anymore. Her name is Alexandria, but we call her Alex. And she was going to get to that point in her life. And he's like, oh yeah, we're not selling. Yeah, right, whatever. Just blew me off. All the time would blow me off. Very short-tempered with me. You know, it's just like I was taken for granted because the man never had to change his spot, so to speak. He continued doing what he was doing when I met him. After we were married, after we had kids. And I'm not complaining. I enjoy taking care of my daughter, raising my daughter, spending time with my daughter, being there for my daughter. And not that he wasn't there, but, you know, he still had his friends. You know, he grew up in this town. I had a rotten childhood, and I moved around all my life, so I don't really have close friends. And I'm not the easiest person to get close to because I have trust issues, and this is also something part of my journey with this new channel. I'm trying not to be that person anymore. And now that everything's kind of slowed down, you kind of take a look at yourself and say, you know, what kind of person do you want to be? And I know living in Florida is not going to do it. I'm not happy. I haven't been happy in Florida for many, many years. The heat's killing me. I'm sick of it. I'm in the house 90% of the time. And I'm not saying that that's why I'm fat, but I'm sure that has a lot to contribute to it. You're not as active down here. It's just too hot, you know, even with the swimming pool we have. Okay, yeah, May, June, July, maybe July. If we don't have an overly hot July, it's still cool to swim in the pool. If not, that pool is like a sauna. And I'm not kidding. It's not refreshing. I'd rather go sit in my air condition, play on my computer, drink my iced tea, and watch my television. I'm sorry. That's, you know. And to think about going anywhere, like if you would go shopping, I would go early. Oh my God, when my daughter was little, my husband would go to work. We would be out of here by 8 o'clock. I'd be back home by 10, 11. Done, because it was too hot. And then me and her would hang out, you know, in the backyard or whatever, in the pool for a little bit. And then we'd come in, take our nap, and be in the cool air conditioner when it got to the hots of the day. And, you know, that was okay, you know, when it wasn't so hot in the beginning of the summer. We'd go to the beach maybe for a little bit. It got too hot. It feels like it's boring a hole through your head. And I just can't. And I'm fair-skinned to begin with anyway, and I just don't like it. I'm tired of it. I'm a cold-natured person. I miss the seasons. And, you know, things probably would have gone a lot different if he would be more attentive or considerate, maybe. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know. Maybe he's tired of me. He says he's not. He doesn't want a divorce, because I was even going to go get a divorce. If that's, you know, I don't think you're happy. He says, no, I'm just an idiot. So, and by pointing out a lot of these things to him, he started to realize stuff. I mean, we don't fight and scream and yell. You may yell, raise your voice, but, you know, there's no hitting, no banging, no fighting, no. And it would be, and he says, you know what, I want you to be happy. And I said, well, that's what's going to make me happy. So I'm taking our savings that we have left, and I'm using it as a down payment on the house. And you know, he can rent my mom's apartment and rent out my daughter's room, because she's fixing to move. And the guy who stays in our garage, which kind of makes me crazy sometimes, but that's just because I'm not the type of person to have people living in my space. And I don't like it if you're not meant to be there. Just like my daughter's friend and her boyfriend, I told them they had to go if she wants to go with them, because I can't take this. This is my house. But he loves my animals, and he takes care of my animals, and he's watching the house when we go to Thanksgiving. So, and if my husband works out of town, somebody has to be here. If you know, he comes up and visits me, somebody's got to be here. So he's going to rent my daughter's room when she moves out, and then we'll rent up the upstairs, which he'll have no problem renting that out. He's got friends that would love to rent that. 1-bedroom, beautiful apartment with the porch on the thing there. And that will pay the mortgage here and the electric. You know, I will take care of all the 3 accounts, the 2 households and the business account, and I will make sure everything is paid. And I know it will be, you know. My mortgage, I'm gonna buy a house. For the range of house, I can go as high as $100,000. With, I think I'm gonna have like $30,000 down. So my payments are only gonna be $300 to $400 a month. In the area that I'm looking at right now, counting taxes, insurance, everything. And I can afford that. That's cheaper than renting, because I was actually going to rent at first. And then I sat him down and said, this is ridiculous. I'm going to pay $700, $800 a month for rent, where I can get 2 months mortgage payment out of that by buying my own if I just take this money here. And which he agreed. I don't think he has really much of a point at this time. But we'll see where it goes. And I'm hurt. I'm hurt. And I got to work through some things. And being here isn't going to do it, and I do need to be separated from him for a while. I still care very deeply for him. I don't think I had the same feelings for him when I first met him, because I gave him my heart and soul, and I feel like he stomped on it. I don't know, and I don't even know if he sees these or not, or his friends, and I really don't care, because one thing about me, you will find I may be very opinionated, but I speak from the heart. I speak the truth, and I am point blank. And you can ask anybody that knows me. You know, I have people that only like to come around me because they're like, oh, they're going to tell me about myself. Because they'll start something stupid. I said, well, it's because you don't do this, you don't do that. What do you expect? You know, and I just can't. I'm not a kid around type of person. You know, I can't play fight. There's no play fight in me. There's no in between with me, is what I should say. It's either up or you're down. There's no in between. You know, it's yes or it's no, it's good or bad. There's no in between. And I think it has a lot to do with the way I was raised. I had a very terrible childhood, which this channel that I'm going to make, it's not a channel, just changing the name, is going to involve a lot of that. And it might help somebody. You know, I have been through a lot in my life. To be where I'm at today is pretty much a miracle. And for my sister, too. And me and my sister are going to Cassadaga Thursday. We were going to go Saturday. Well, we did go Saturday, and I was going to do a video, but oh my Lord! Who, you know, this is how naive we are in another world. It's the weekend. Everybody's out. There was, oh, it was awful. It was, I mean, it was nice to be out, but it was rough. And then we went to the Cassadaga to get her, because she's an author, and she writes books, and we went to go get more books and give her next series of her books. Lady says, I can't deal with you this on the weekend. She says Monday or through Friday. So we're going to go up there Thursday because she owes her some money for her books and she wants to give her the second series of her books. I will put her link below. She writes fiction and nonfiction, and I can't remember the difference between the two. The one that's not true is her series book, and it's about a woman who's psychic, always ran from it, felt ashamed of it, never embraced it, and then, make a long story short, she starts to embrace it because by almost like an accident, and there was a house that needed to be cleaned, couldn't be sold, and the people needed to have it sold, and so she kind of made a job for herself through cleaning houses for real estate companies that can't be sold because of ghosts. And then what she also does, because people say, well, that house has got ghosts, that's got a reputation. Well, she got rid of them all. Oh, all right. She proves to people that they're gone. You know, she brings them there. They have open houses and picnics and little thing. You know, you just have to. It's really cute. It's a really cute story. It's about her journey, and it's young adults. I read them. She's a very good writer. Easy reading. I'll put her link below, and she also has written another book, a true book. Her first book she wrote is called Breath of a Child. It's about her childhood, even though we are sisters, but it's about her experience. She wrote, and some of it pertains to me, you know, because I was there, but it's not, you know, yeah, but mine was a little bit different, a little bit more extent than hers. I really shouldn't say that because abuse is abuse, but everybody has to deal with things the way they have to deal with it, and she wrote it in a way that it really was, you know, was accusing, because at this point in the game in your life, you know, and I do believe God will get to people, and I believe in karma, big time in karma. So, you know, we've come a long way, me and my sister, and she wrote it in a very loving way. Yeah, and it's a good read if somebody who's ever gone through abuse, any kind of form of child abuse, it kind of helps put little things in perspective by seeing it through somebody else's eyes and how they see things. But I will put her link below. You can buy them on Kindle. I don't know if her link, I think her link is her webpage, but you can buy them from there. But you can download, you know, Kindle, Amazon, you can download them on your thing, and they're not expensive. And I'm not trying to get you all to buy any of her books, but I'm just letting you know, because this is going to be coaching my life journey, and this is my life. And I know that a lot of people don't really know much about me because I'm very careful what I put out there, and I see how people and I admire that. Oh my God, I admire that, how people, when somebody eats something really bad or done something really bad or admitting to something, I'm like, you know, that's courage. That's brave. That's brave. That's good. That's a good quality, and not everybody has that quality. And It's not that I'm trying to hide it. I'm just not. I'm the type of person, I'm behind the scene. I want to be in the back row, not in the front row. You know what I'm saying? And it all matters up with personality. But, yeah. So just be looking out for it. I hope by Monday, I hope to have some videos up, start writing up some videos, because my husband's going to be gone this weekend. So I'll have plenty of time to do my, to get more in detail with things, you know? Excuse me, even though it's kind of in detail now, but there's a little bit more, not much, but, and where I'm going to take this, I'm going to have cooking segments, I'm going to have motivational talks, I'm going to have maybe quotes of the day. I'm going to try to make a schedule of things and try to keep up with it, because I want to carry this right on through my move to North Carolina, buying the house, the whole 9 yards, and I have plans when I move there. I have big plans of what I'm going to do. I'm just not going to sit in a house. And so I don't want to get into too much right now, because got to keep some suspense going on. So, and I hope I don't lose any subscribers. I mean, I love all my people that subscribe to me and comment. You know, I couldn't ask for a better group of people, and they're sweet and considerate, and you know, we're all in this life, not necessarily a weight loss, but we're in a life journey, and weight loss is part of it, and everyday life is part of it, you know. And I'm trying to become a better person, because I lost myself. That's the bottom line. I lost myself in a marriage, getting caught up. And when you don't have, and I'm not saying that every single person that has a marriage and her children are gone, that they have this going on. I'm sure there's some that do and some that don't. I envy those people with those loving relationships with their husband. I see them. I've been around them. It amazes me. My husband's how he doesn't catch on to this, and that, you know, he's very self-centered, and that's anal, self-centered, self-important, you know, which is good to have confidence and be, but there's, you know, you gotta think of other people. And I think being an only child, you know, his mother is very controlling. She's a very control freak, so I could see where why things are the way they are. Beginning of our relationship was the best time of my life. Are you kidding me? I had the best time in the 30s. I was not out amongst the world when I was in my 20s. Like I say, I came from a very abusive, so it was like taking out, either, you know, when you cage up an animal and you let them out, they either go wild or they shrink. My sister went wild and I shrunk. So I just stayed away from the world. And then I met my husband in my 30s, and he showed me the world, and I had a great time. Well, you know, these are the things that he could do over and over and over. And I'm like, I did that. It's time to move on to our next stage of life. No, he doesn't, you know. And try to get him to do something with you is kind of hard, because if he doesn't want to do it, he ain't going to do it. And believe me, he's not going to say, okay, well, I'll do this for the family, you know, I'll do this for the team. He might be now, because I pointed things out so much to him. I don't know. I've tried talking to him many times over the years, but I'm very happy. I'm very content. I'm very pleased with how this has turned out, because for the last month or so, and I think that had a lot to do with my thing going up and down, I was stressing between this, because I knew that I couldn't stay here, but something had to be done, but I had to talk to him, you know. And not only is my decision affecting myself, I have my mother to worry about, you know. So I mean, I had to do some soul searching and thinking, and I didn't want to say anything until I know I'm absolutely sure this is what I want. I'm not one of those people that say on a flim, oh yeah, well today I'm going to blah 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 blah, and now I'm going to change all this and this way, and then a week later say, no, you know, I have to. And that's fine for people to do it. Sometimes that's what takes people to figure things out. See, I'm not a judgmental person. I believe everybody does things for a reason. And if that's you, hey, that's fine. I will not hate you. I will not think you're wacky or weird or that's wrong. You're wrong. That's, some people have to keep falling over themselves a little bit to find themselves. Some people don't, they stay to themselves, they find out exactly. And that's me. And I'm not saying I don't make mistakes or I've made the wrong decision or gone down the wrong path. But I hope I've learned from those that to where I am today and where it's taking me tomorrow, that's all going to help me. So I am really looking forward to my new channel. And I have not forgotten about my kitchen. I am so sorry about that. But like I say, there's so much stuff going on. But it's all going to come together. I promise you. And it's going to be so worth it. It's going to be so fun when we go and we look for a house, and it's going to be fun when we go for Thanksgiving. You'll get to meet my sister, my niece, my brother, his wife. You know, it's going to be my daughter, her boyfriend. You know, you'll see my husband. And yeah, it's going to be fun. And I'm so glad that everybody can be together this Thanksgiving, because it has been so long. So long. And my sister, you know, thank God, kind of the way her job went, she decided to do traveling respiratory, but she didn't want to start till the first of the year. So she's been off for a couple months and is enjoying every bit of it. And we're all it's gonna be fun. So nobody's got to be back at a certain time. We're gonna be back Tuesday, but after Thanksgiving. But you know, yeah, take our time getting it. It's gonna be fun. We did this 2 years ago in June. We all went, all the girls in the family. My niece, my daughter, my mom, my sister, and me. We rented a beautiful, beautiful house that had a waterfall in its own yard, and it had the bank, the babbling brook right by the window. We stayed there for 5 days, and we had a ball. That was a couple years ago in June. We had a ball. See, it's hard to do that when everybody's working. That's, I think, the last time that all us girls were together, you know. My nephew won't be there. He's in Pennsylvania. I wish they could drive, but I don't know how far it is from there. That would be nice. I have to talk to my sister about that. It's probably quite a ways. They're fixing to get married too. I think 2018 or 2017. It must be 2017 because her mother's having a engagement party for them in March. We're in Pennsylvania, which I might be going there too. I'm gonna hope to. If I can get cheap enough tickets. I told my mom we can do it on the cheap. We get a motel, we could stay, you know, 1 or 2 days, get back, you know, JetBlue. Sometimes you get JetBlue really cheap. I don't know. But this is what my channel is all gonna be. We're gonna have talk, we're gonna have coffee time. I don't know, I've written down all kinds of things, and I know I can't do them all, but there's there, we can always change things up. And maybe, you know, all my little great subscribers and fans out there might have some suggestions. I'm up for suggestions anytime. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to life, actually. I'm a lot better off in my mind than I was a couple months ago, and believe me, I am one person that can drag myself out of a funk, but it takes time. Y'all have a great afternoon, and I will talk to you all later. See you on the other side. Bye.